2025 IRS Tax Filing Update. The Internal Revenue Service recently provided its tax filing update and suggestions for U.S. taxpayers, providing a series of tips and reminders to speed taxpayer refunds and avoid errors on their federal tax returns as the April 15, 2025 filing deadline approaches for individual tax returns for 2024 income. Most of these suggestions from the IRS make a lot of sense, but it is always advantageous to review them and be reminded of best practices in relation to filing your personal income tax return and possibly picking up a new tip or two, or avoiding a possible mistake that could be quite disruptive. Collect all tax-related paperwork. Taxpayers should gather all documents including W-2s, 1099s, and other information returns, as well as any supporting paperwork for tax deductions or credits, such as educational credits or mortgage interest payments. Having the previous year's tax return accessible is also advised, as it may be required. Taxpayers can also check their IRS individual online account to view their Form W-2, wage and tax statement, and Form 1095-A, Health Insurance Marketplace Statement, under the Records and Status tab in the taxpayer's individual online account. Ensure filing status, names, birth dates, and Social Security numbers are correct. Taxpayers must accurately provide the name, date of birth, and Social Security number for each dependent listed on their individual income tax return. The Social Security number and individual's name should be entered precisely as indicated on the Social Security card. In cases where a dependent or spouse lacks a Social Security number and is ineligible to obtain one, an assigned individual tax identification number, ITIN, should be listed instead of a Social Security number. Use electronic filing. The Internal Revenue Service advises taxpayers and their tax advisors to use electronic filing methods such as IRS free file fillable forms, or with direct file. Electronic filing decreases mathematical errors, identifies potential tax credits or deductions for which the taxpayer qualifies, and prompts taxpayers for missing information. Opting for electronic filing and selecting direct deposit is the fastest and safest way to receive a refund. While taxpayers and tax professionals are urged to choose electronic filing when filing individual tax returns, there are taxpayers who must submit a paper tax return. It is essential that paper filers verify the accurate mailing address either on irs.gov or in the instructions provided with Form 1040 to prevent processing delays. Report all taxable income. Most income is subject to taxation. Failing to accurately report income may result in interest and penalties. Taxable income includes various sources of income, such as interest earnings, unemployment benefits, and income derived from service industry, gig economy, and digital assets. For further details, consult Publication 525, Taxable and Non-Taxable Income. Answer the digital assets question. Everyone who files Forms 709, 1040, 1040-SR, 1040-NR, 1041, 1065, 1120, and 1120-S must check one box answering either yes or no to the digital asset question. The question must be answered by all taxpayers, not just by those who engage in a transaction involving digital assets in 2024. Taxpayers must report all income related to digital asset transactions. Visit the digital assets page on irs.gov for details on when to check yes and how to report digital asset transactions. Make sure banking routing and account numbers are correct. Taxpayers have the option to request direct deposit of a federal refund into 1, 2, or even 3 accounts. For taxpayers who do not have a traditional bank account, Some mobile apps and prepaid debit cards have routing and account numbers that allow for direct deposit of tax refunds. When expecting a refund, ensure the routing and account numbers provided for direct deposit are accurate to avoid delays or misdirected refunds. Remember to sign and date the return. When submitting a joint return, both spouses must sign and date the return. If taxpayers are preparing their taxes independently and filing electronically, they need to sign and authenticate their electronic tax return by inputting their adjusted gross income from the prior year. For more guidance, visit Validating Your Electronic Tax Return. Need to make a payment. Tax payments are still due on April 15th for most taxpayers. Payments can be made using individual online account, direct pay, the Electronic Federal Tax Payment System, EFTPS, or with a debit, credit card, or digital wallet. By doing so, taxpayers avoid the necessity of filing a separate extension form and receive a confirmation number for their records. Request an extension if needed. Taxpayers requiring more time to file their taxes can easily request a 6-month extension until October 15th. The IRS offers 3 options to request an extension to file. 1. Pay what you owe using an online payment option and check the box that you are paying as part of filing for an extension. 2. Request it at no cost either through IRS Free File, regardless of income, or 3. By submitting Form 4868, application for automatic extension of time to file U.S. individual income tax return by April 15th. While an extension avoids late filing penalties and provides extra time for filing, an extension of time to file is not an extension of time to pay. Taxpayers can seek an extension to file by making a full or partial payment of their estimated income tax and indicating that the payment is for an extension. Many taxpayers may have more time to file if they were affected by a disaster situation. Visit Tax Relief in Disaster Situations for information on the most recent tax relief provisions based on FEMA's declarations. Keep a copy of the tax return. Taxpayers should maintain copies of their signed returns and any accompanying schedules for their personal records and to help them prepare future tax returns and figure mathematical computations in the event they have to file an amended return. Typically, taxpayers should retain records supporting income, deductions, or credits claimed on their tax return until period of limitations for the specific tax return expires. Remember that these are but a few of the tips that are available from the IRS, which are exceedingly generic and designed for the greatest number of U.S. taxpayers. When it comes to actual questions related to your U.S. income taxes and filing of your personal income tax return, you should be speaking directly with the IRS or a knowledgeable professional. For more informative videos on tax matters and related topics, we welcome you to subscribe to our channel as well as liking this video. Thank you.